Here's why we gave Mafia the Old Country 3 stars. The game feels like a good movie shackled to quite a janky game. There are enjoyable moments, but the stealth sequences and shooting mechanics are a disappointment, proving to be tedious. Those cutscenes are excellent though, with great performances all round and some lovely graphics, which are decidedly very heavy to run and aren't without bugs. So it's a real shame then that when the game does give back control to the player, it feels at odds with itself. Like during a horseback chase sequence, I didn't make a turn in time to avoid a wall of flames and immediately came to a stop and struggled to get back on track as if my horse was wading through treacle. The driving on the other hand though is a lot of fun. Imagine the goated driving model of Grand Theft Auto 4 but with early 1900s cars on rough roads with a healthy dose of sphincter clenching understeer. There's a race that sees you competing against 5 other cars, and while some of the moments are scripted, a lot of it is down to you absolutely hooning a spluttering death trap up and down hills and around corners. The sound design too is incredible, with all the valves firing and the throaty roar of old engines gulping gallons per minute. It's a real delight, and if Hangar 13 were ever to develop a turn-of-the-century racing sim, I'd be pre-ordering it. Sadly though, with the writing there is some inconsistencies. Whilst the story is mostly enjoyable, protagonist Enzo can feel as deep as a puddle at times. We first meet Enzo working essentially as a slave in a sulfur mine owned by the Spadaro family. Later, when under the employment of the Teresi family collecting protection money, Enzo and 2 other made men arrive at a quarry, only to discover having not been paid, the workers have unionized. I got quite excited here, wondering how Enzo would navigate the situation. Surely he would grapple and struggle balancing his loyalties to his new family whilst being sympathetic to the plight of his fellow working man. Not quite so. Instead, Enzo gleefully draws his knife and absolutely lays into the poor sod without a moment's thought. It's only afterwards that Enzo casually wonders about maybe if what he did wasn't good. Though this only amounts to his compatriot essentially assuring him with just, "Nah bro, don't worry about it, it's free enterprise," and Enzo shrugging it off with, "Oh, fair enough then." I appreciate that the developers need to fit an entire story into the budget and runtime, but an extra 20 seconds of Enzo hesitating, soul-searching and emotionally wrangling with himself only to succumb to protecting himself and his new life and unwittingly becoming a cog in a cycle of systemic violence that's caused him so much suffering would go a long way. In spite of all this, I have enjoyed my time with Mafia the Old Country. In an age of open world games with a bajillion things to do, it's nice to be guided along a handcrafted linear story. I just so desperately wish the gameplay better held a candle to the direction of the cutscenes, whose luxurious quality and intimacy are the real standout of the show. To check out the full review, go to radiotimes.com.